But if you really look at the San Lucas family, right? Look at the brothers who Doc made grandmasters.
Yes, sir.
There's only 15. There's a list, and you know about that list.
I don't know nothing. That's why I'm talking to you.
There's a list that Doc made 15 grandmasters that he listed. There's a whole bunch of people out there calling themselves grandmasters. There's 15 people that Doc made grandmasters.
Yes, sir.
And there is a list that says that.
Okay, and what about those 15 grandmasters?
Those 15 grandmasters, if you really want to see San Lucas,
Yes, sir.
you put those 15 grandmasters in a room together and let them work.
And then what will
And
happen?
then you might get a peek into what was on Doc's mind.
Us.
Because Doc always used to say, we were fascinated with the appetizers. He never got us to where he gave us the main course.
He said I was in the kitchen preparing the full course, and they grabbed the appetizer and left.
They grabbed the appetizer and ran. He
Beautiful,
never got to
beautiful.
give us the full course.
Okay, beautiful. Listen, this is what the interviews are all about, sharing the knowledge.
Yes, sir.
I have one last question,
Yes, sir.
and it may be a little personal and sensitive, but I'm going to ask. My son's birthday is July 21st, and Doc would always call or send money to my son. He was crazy about my son. And he called me on July 21st, 2005. We had 3 conversations that day. I remember them just like it was yesterday. What was the last conversation that you remember having with your teacher? And what did you take from that conversation? What's your last memory of Dr. Moses Pike?
The last conversation that I really had with Doc wasn't on the phone. It was, he did a seminar in Vermont where he was living.
Yes, sir.
And you could see that physically he was really having a hard time. He was in a lot of pain, you know? But this particular seminar, he got up and he was teaching. He was teaching his heart out that thing.
Yes, sir.
And halfway through the seminar, I was standing next to him, and he said, "Ted,"
Brother Ted.
he said, this class is for you."
Wow.
I looked at him like, I didn't say nothing, I just looked at him. He said, "Because of the spirit that you have, you brought that out of me. That's for you. This class is for you."
Wow. That's powerful.
And I never forget the way he said that to me, and the way he looked at me when he said that. Because when he looked at me and said that, I also knew he was telling me, teach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Teach San Lucas like I taught it to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Straight, no chasing.
No chasing.
Ain't nothing for you to put on this. They got everything it needs.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Yes, sir. Beautiful, beautiful,
And
beautiful.
that's what I have always tried to do.
Yes, sir.
Teach San Lucas like Doc taught it to me.
Yes, sir.
And when I say teach San Lucas like Doc taught it to me, we got to remember too, in San Lucas, we studied under a lot of students too,
Yes, sir.
who were directed by Doc, but in, how you say, in a sense, they were still Doc teaching by proxy. Because, you know, we had Sophie Littlejohn was one of the main instructors on the night. You had Noel Larrington. You had, remember Brother David, the brother that was a doctor?
Yes.
Brother was a Hakaru stylist, I said, because he didn't study Hakaru, but he had a vision of what Hakaru was. Because the thing about Doc, when Doc taught you, you can look at stuff and see something that you like
Yes, sir.
and bring it in.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
Brother
sir.
David, he had, like I said, he was like traditional Hakaru Jiu-Jitsu. But when you put that San Lucas on it, it was,
Yes, sir.
it was San
Yes, sir.
Lucas.
Yes, sir.
And Brother had a spirit, man. He had a ki that would, I felt like it would shatter your bones when he let it out at you, you know?
Yes, sir.
But there were so many brothers there that had so much personal talent that, you know, San Lucas brought out of him. There was a brother who was very Aikido-ish. Remember Brother Jeffrey? I don't know if you go that far
I
back.
don't know.
There was a brother named Jeffrey. He was Aikido.
Yes, sir.
You know, there were other brothers, man, that would seem to just specialize in a particular flavor.
Right.
But whatever you saw them doing, you know they were still doing it under Doc's guidance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You don't know one time we was in the dojo fooling around, and we call ourselves busting bricks.
Mm-hmm.
And Doc came in the dojo and said, "Why you busting the brick? The brick ain't gonna get up and hurt you." What you gonna be able to do for the person throwing the brick at you, the person using it?
Yes, sir.
I never forgot that. I never messed my hands up trying to bust a
Right,
brick
right,
ever,
right.
or break a board ever
Beautiful.
again.
Beautiful. Well, Grandmaster Professor Irvin, we want to thank you
Ooh,
for this interview. We want to thank you for sharing the knowledge with the Sanukas family. We want to thank you for being dedicated and loyal to Dr. Moses Powell. And we're going to be interviewing other masters. We're going to post these interviews, and hopefully it will, again, bring the masters together, pull the good from each and every one of us so we can grow together and uplift the name of Moses Powell, Sanukas Root. That's what this is all about.
also, to be better, before I go, please, I really would like to press upon everybody, anybody studying Sanukas. If you really want to get a peek into what Doc had on his mind, you need to go around, take a road trip, and go to where Doc's teachers, Doc's people that Doc
Yes, sir.
made
Yes,
Grandmaster
sir.
at,
Yes, sir.
and get classes under them.
Us.
Get a piece of this, get a piece of that,
Right.
and then you see what it does
Yes,
to
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Because there is no one person in Sanukas who can make the claim that they're Doc,
Us.
that they have it all.
Right.
Collectively, you might get a peek
Yes, sir.
at what was on Doc's mind.
Yes, sir. Us.
And it's not being disloyal to any teacher.
Right.
It's being loyal to Sanukas.
Us.
To want to study Sanukas properly, you need to get out and see, okay, I like the work Grandmaster Bill McLeod does that. Let me go see, just get some of that. I like the way Brother Abdul Aziz does that. Let me go get some of that.
Right.
You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes, sir.
Go to where the real Sanukas teachers are.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And get that. And collectively, who knows what Allah will give you.
Yes, sir. 100%. Brothers and sisters, I know you've enjoyed this interview. I know that you probably want a part 2. And that can happen. Just inbox me, let me know. We're going to be interviewing next Soki Hassan Khalik. We're going to also be interviewing Grandmaster Veronica Walker. We're even going to interview Vijitsu Ru and Vijitsu Tay Masters. We're going to do it all because we want, again, to bring the good from each of us so we all can grow together. Uplifting the name of Dr. Moses Powell and Sanukas Ru Jiu-Jitsu for the benefit of the young and up-and-coming students. Once again, I want to thank you for listening to Skills and Drills, Sanukas Ru Skills and Drills. And this interview series is called Touch and Go Interview Series. We're just going to ask certain questions and get the in-depth answers, and hopefully you will benefit from it. So again, I want to thank you for listening to Sanukas Ru Skills and Drills. Go to my Facebook page, Sanukas Ru Skills and Drills, YouTube page, Quiet Storm Dojo, and you'll see these interviews. We're going to advertise them so you'll know when they're coming, and it's for your benefit. Eye to eye, heart to heart. Each one,
Teach one.
teach one.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Great interview, John.
That was awesome. That was
Man,
awesome.
that
Awesome.
kind of went by fast.